Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love is Blind UK Season 1, Episode 6. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. As always, make sure your comment does not include a spoiler. The episode picks up with the couples basically talking about how good of a night they're having. Almost all the couples had a great time, including Banaya and Nicole. They're getting on like a house on fire. I love that for you. A couple that's not having as great of a time is Ollie and Demi.
I didn't like you being all quiet yesterday.
I know, it's really not me. I just got into my own head. One thing I do struggle with is communication sometimes. Yeah.
You're allowed to feel unsure. You're allowed to feel uneasy. You're even allowed to feel jealous or insecure. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just like, I felt bad that you felt that way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. When we come back here and we're in our own space, like, cool.
I can only speak for myself and I'm going nowhere, so.
So this is what I was saying at the end of the last review. She just accepted responsibility so quickly. And it frustrated me to the bone. To the bone. She says she tends to struggle with communication. Understood. She says she's trying not to be jealous. Understood. But she clocked his tea so well at that beach meetup with all the couples. She knew she was in the right to feel away. She knew. But because she is in whatever headspace that she's in, when Ollie brings it up, she's going to say, you know what, it's on me. Girl, it's not. It's literally not. And if it is on you, it's only partially. It's not solely on you. I did not see Ollie take any responsibility at all. The man didn't say, you know what, I did start moving weird with you. Maybe I wasn't sure where you stood with me. He could have given any reason. But he was just like, no, you were off with me. What? All right, so let me mention a few things about Ollie since it's got everybody in a tizzy in the comments of my last video. As I said in the first video of this series, of this season, what I say about these people has no merit in their life at all. This is for entertainment. The show is entertainment. The review is entertainment. Everybody will be fine, I promise. ADHD or not, his eye contact is different with Demi than it is with other people. It's something a lot of us have noticed. It's something I will continue to point out. To the people who are upset that I'm even pointing out eye contact, not once did I say that was the sole reason of why I question his attraction to Demi. There are other things as well. It is one piece of evidence I'm personally using to base my opinion. Also, since it has been all up and through my comment section, I do have to spoil that in episode 7, they do talk about him having ADHD. But up until episode 6, we did not have that information. So this review is based on the information we were given. Moving on, because he's pissing me off. Anyways, Katherine and Freddy talk about things that annoy them. So far, she doesn't like the fact that he leaves the toilet seat up, and he doesn't like the fact that she sniffs him in the morning. These are great issues to have. Great issues to have, because it could definitely be worse. I will absolutely deal with a lifted up toilet seat, because just put it down. To me, it's not that deep. A lot of people are irritated by that, but to me, it's like, just put it down. It's fine. You'll be fine. Now, in the nighttime, when you forget that your man does that and you fall in, that's an issue. But just work on it, Freddy. It's not that deep. These are good issues to have so far. Banaya and Nicole talk about potentially exploring a physical connection. They haven't done it yet, but they're both eager to.
Do you feel like there is something brewing?
I do.
Okay,
personally.
Good.
I mean, you're very attractive, which helps.
I told you, love isn't completely blind. It's like I wasn't intimate until I was like in my 20s. Like, I'm conscious about who I share my body with. Yeah.
Man, I related to Nicole so much in this conversation. She is a semi-late bloomer like me, waited to get intimate in her 20s. The only question that I have now is, she's about a year older than me at the date of filming. You were married and divorced and single for a few years. When did all of this happen? When did I need more details on her previous marriage? Because I'm confused. Was it like a Kim Kardashian 30-day marriage? Like, what happened? listen, head on one of them people's podcasts and give us a tea, girl, because I need more details on your previous marriage. If you're open to doing so. No pressure though. Okay. Steven and Sabrina have a beach date. They talk about life in the real world. Not much to talk about there. They're both excited. Things are so great between them. Yay, happy days. Freddy and Katherine talk about the same thing. And this is where the conversation of cheating comes up.
I'm head over heels about you.
I've not been with someone who has said it and meant it. Always just like that inner me that's just like, oh, does he? Or like, is he just saying that? So that's why, like, I'm always needing reassurance, which is, I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you ever cheated?
Yeah, I have cheated, yeah. And like...
Did you tell her?
Well, she found out about it.
So, like, I respect you telling the truth.
So
But obviously it's hard to hear. It does worry me. Because I've been cheated on in every relationship.
Oh, Freddy. Freddy, I was rooting for you until this episode, but let me start with Katherine, okay? I keep seeing comments about me not understanding the whole adoption thing when it comes to Katherine. As a person who is not adopted, of course, I will never understand the complexities of being an adopted person. However, can we put our thinking caps on? I did not say being adopted doesn't bring trauma. What I did mean by what I said is that being adopted and having trauma from being adopted is not a mutually exclusive thing. Not everybody who's adopted struggles with self-worth like Katherine does. And there are people who aren't adopted who struggle from self-worth as well. Like, it's not a mutually exclusive thing. So when she says, oh, people think that I have baggage because I'm adopted, it's not solely because she's adopted. It's because of some of the identity issues or self-worth issues that she has that in part, I feel, come from her being adopted. Hopefully we understand each other now. So yeah, she struggles with self-worth. She says that in her previous relationships, she has always been cheated on, which is crazy. So hearing Freddy say that he has cheated in the past, it's a trigger for her. Understandably so, girl. Yeah, totally get it. She thinks once a cheater, always a cheater. We'll have that conversation later on in the episode. But I was disappointed by Freddy. I was disappointed at the fact that, one, this conversation took so long to happen. What were y'all talking about in the damn pods? The fact that y'all are potentially cousins? Guys, it's a little confusing that it took so long for them to talk about cheating. I feel like those are one of the preliminary conversations you have with somebody new, especially somebody who you plan on getting married to in about, I don't know, a month. Then he says that he didn't admit to cheating to his partner. He actually got found out. And also in this conversation, he wasn't forthright in that information. He had to be asked. And one thing I say when I'm getting to know somebody is I don't want honesty. I want transparency. Obviously, I want honesty, but guys, walk with me here. The difference between honesty and transparency is honesty is if I ask you something, you tell me the truth, you are being honest. Transparency is you are telling me the truth without me even asking. You're being forthright with that information, which is why I was pleased with Bobby in the previous episode for just coming to Jasmine and saying, hey, listen, this is what Ollie and Thing were talking about. This is what he said to me, whatever. You don't have to be asked. You just say, this is what it is. Anyways, let's move on. There's obviously some tension between Katherine and Freddy going into the next couple's meetup. She's just in a funk. Like, he has brought up an insecurity from her, an insecurity in her that she has dealt with in every other relationship. What would make her want to go forward with things with Freddy? Like, I completely understand why she's now on edge regarding him. Ollie said what I knew he was going to say regarding PDA. He said it almost verbatim to what I wrote down.
In these moments, I think sometimes it can almost feel like we're not that good because we're not the most like touchy-feely in public. I mean, look at Tom and Maria right now, do you know what I mean? And we're not really like that. We don't need to be all hands-on for us to feel the same way that you guys are feeling. We just express it in different ways. Yeah. Anyone who really knows me will take my word for it when I say we're good.
Here's the thing when it comes to PDA. Is PDA for everybody? No. Do you have to be overly affectionate to prove your love to somebody? No. Sometimes the overly affectionate ones are the ones you need to look out for because sometimes it's overcompensation. But when your partner is requesting a bit of affection, I think it is important to cash in. If somebody is reaching out to you for you to hold their hand, I think you should hold their hand. If they're leaning over to want to kiss you, I think you should kiss them. If they're putting their arms around you, like Demi was in the previous episode, to try and hug you, I think you should be present in the moment with them and hug them back. Ollie doesn't feed the yearning of affection that Demi wants from him. He doesn't do that. And so yeah, PDA might not be for you. Y'all might be a less expressive couple, but she has shown moments of wanting a little bit of affection from him and him not reciprocating in a way that makes her feel reassured. And to me, that's the issue. Don't use the excuse of, well, look at them, they're all over each other, we're just not like that. Fine. But your partner obviously needs something. I think it's important for you to give that to them. Demi pulls Katherine aside for a chat to address the tension in the air. It was a pretty good conversation.
I didn't want to...
I know, you wanted to wait in my time.
Not even. I didn't want to bombard you. It's not
Thank you.
If I had feelings for Ollie, I could not put up this act.
You two look amazing.
Thank you. But so do you, so do you and Ollie.
Yeah.
Do you know Freddy doesn't even really know you? We went home that night and he said, why is Demi really quiet?
He's not making me feel bad. It's not him.
Really?
I see the class clown. I see the one who wants to be the lad in front of the boys. Cool. And it's a shame that not everyone gets to see that or everyone gets to hear our conversations, but at the same time, that's us protecting our space.
Katherine actually encourages Demi to lean into the affection that she wants to give Ollie. I thought that was interesting. But Katherine is like, girl, show that man that you love him. Be affectionate with him. I don't give a damn. I haven't seen Katherine be like, yeah, you know, like maybe... She hasn't even confided in any of the girls, like, oh, maybe there's something still. Nothing. So, Ollie, where are you getting this from? She claims that, this is Demi. She claims that they want to protect their relationship, and maybe that's true. But you also want someone who is consistent with you no matter the environment. So she's like, he's very affectionate with me when it's just me and him. Like, he tells me I'm beautiful. He cuddles me. He kisses me like it's not a problem. And that's totally fine. But if he is Jekyll and Hyde, I don't know, girl. I don't know. And he's been pretty shut off when he's interacting with her, but with the guys, laughing, kikiing, ha-haing, like it's not an issue at all. So I'm like, I don't know if I could say that. I don't know if it's him just saving what you guys have for just you and him in your intimate time. I think he's being off with her. And unfortunately, Demi's not going to call it out. Demi's just going to accept that, oh, maybe she's been in a funk, and because she's in a funk, he's in a funk. No. Jasmine for me was the MVP of this episode. Was she doing a little bit too much? Potentially. However, she is just giving it to Ollie. She's giving him the business, and he was not happy about it.
Wanting to make sure that our friend's all right.
Nah, of course.
I feel like you should have pulled Demi for a chat.
I get you. I'll be honest, there's no disrespect to either of you. I'm getting a bit overwhelmed right now, that's all.
Where's your head at?
Oh, I can't even do this right now.
Be honest.
I can't even do this right now.
You're feeling it. If you're not, you're not. Do you like her or not? Simple.
Of course I do. What do you mean? I wouldn't be here if I didn't.
I'm just asking.
I don't get what more you want me to say.
Ollie, all I've got to say to you, give her some reassurance and she'll be calm. Stop putting pressure though. If you feel it, you feel it, like that.
But I've told you I'm feeling it. Why are you coming at me?
I'm not coming at you.
I've said yes, I'm going to do it. What more do you want from this conversation?
That's it. Fam it, that's it.
I do think that he is feeling touched by what Jasmine is saying because what she's saying has an element of truth, if not completely true. I don't think that he is as attracted to Demi as he wants Demi to believe, or as he wants anybody to believe. Did he ask Demi? Yeah, he asked Demi if she's been saying negative stuff about him, and I'm just like, don't now try to say this is all Demi's fault.
What have you been saying to people? Have you been saying people have done something wrong?
No, I haven't said one thing.
I want to get out of it, and I'm not going to lie to you.
Really?
I'm done with this shit. Forgive me for not necessarily knowing exactly where my head's at in an environment like this. Same way you don't know exactly where your head's at. I'm not being funny. Jasmine just interrogating me, and she went, where's your head at? Where's your head at? Where's your head at?
I know where my head's at in terms of, like, I know I care about you.
That's what I said.
I know I love you.
If I've done something wrong, I want to hear it from you. I don't want to hear it from somebody else. I'm not being funny. I don't know the girl. You barely know the girl. And she's coming at me like...
No, stop that.
No one here's got my back. I don't want to be here. Like, I don't want to be here no more. I'm done with it. I want to go home.
Okay, cool. Then go home.
I'm done with it. Let me get out of here. Fuck this shit.
It's interesting how his immediate assumption is that Demi must have been saying things about him rather than how have I been coming across for people to question my intentions. Demi, in my opinion, has been overly complimentary when it comes to Ollie. But in his perspective, he's like, well, she's obviously saying negative things. Not even close. Quite the opposite. It is you who is giving off weird energy. She's trying to reassure the girls so much, but the girls are reading what energy you're giving off. And they're obviously seeing that Demi is trying to, step in the gap for him, but it's not working. Whatever Demi is saying is not sinking in with the girls. It's like, girl, that's cute. We love that you're trying to protect your man, but like, it's not giving. If I was Demi, I would look at how he responds to an attempt to hold him accountable. If I'm trying to call you up on something, if I'm trying to ask you your perspective on something, maybe if it comes across as grilling, whatever, are you going to say, listen, I don't know what this is that you're trying to give to me, that you're trying to put on me. I know where I'm at. I know where I stand. I'm self-assured in who I am and who I presented myself to be. So therefore, your words don't faze me. Nothing you're saying is even valid. The next day, Ollie is contemplating leaving the process altogether because he feels like the pressure is getting to him.
For want of a better phrase, I'm getting to the point where I'm thinking, is this even for us? I've loved this experiment because it's brought me to you, but I'm wondering if now it's becoming more of a hindrance than an assistance to us. Yeah. I'm not my jokey self anymore. Yeah, exactly. You're not your loud outgoing self anymore.
I still feel like I love him, but at the same time, the next steps are major. Let's just explore what we've got there because we have come to a halt here.
A lot of people do say that love is blind. The pressure does get to you and it is overwhelming so far. Katherine and Freddy bring up the cheating conversation again, and she's obviously still in a mood about how that conversation went.
Difficult to talk about to hear.
Like the word cheat, just like...
I don't get that. It doesn't define me as a person, and like I worry if I planted a seed of doubt in your mind.
Obviously it's sad for me to see you upset, but we need these conversations.
I just want you to trust me, like, I don't want you to have any doubt about me. I'm okay.
You sure?
Okay.
Sure.
So this is where I want to ask you guys if you believe that it's once a cheater, always a cheater. I'm inclined to think no, but only after you acknowledge the reasons why you cheated. You acknowledge the fact that you cheated to the person who you cheated on. And I also would consider how long ago it happened. So this cheating happened 7 years ago. I do believe people can change, but I do think that change behavior can happen without acknowledgement, but I would prefer acknowledgement before the change behavior. I want you to understand what you did and why it was wrong and what led you to go down that path anyways. I don't ever want to say it was the other person's fault for why their partner cheated on them. However, there is, there's a path. There's oftentimes reasons why somebody cheats. Oftentimes there are reasons why. It's not an excuse. It's just context, So once a cheater, always a cheater. We'll see what other information this man is withholding until asked. So we are back in London. There are 21 days until the weddings. Stephen and Sabrina talk about her potentially moving to London. This will be a great trial run for her. Banaya did not have a ring when he proposed, so he gives her a ring now. They also do say that they have done the nasty, okay? They have matched each other's freak. So happy for them. And then we have Ollie and Demi, who decided to stay in the process to see what happens. The episode ends with Maria and Tom having a conversation about occupation. He is on his phone a lot. Maria doesn't quite like that, but he says it's because he has a very busy job.
It's because I'm a high-powered PR executive.
So, what did you think when you heard I'm a makeup artist? Enlighten me. You had a low opinion of me.
Well, yeah, when I heard that, I did. The big value of mine is like, work hard, be ambitious, jobs. It's like normally the deal breaker in most like normal relationships, isn't it?
No. Relationships are about compromise. And if you go into this being like judgmental, then probably no point of being here at all. It's very judgy to be like, because of what I do. Like, sorry, who the fuck are you?
Tom says that he is quite judgy. Not gonna lie, this is not something that actually, will I say I didn't pick up on it? No. But I didn't explicitly put the word judgy on him. I've heard some other reviewers say judgy. I can absolutely see it now. that he is judging, and he admits it too. He says that in life, everyone needs to work hard and be more ambitious. He was concerned with Maria at first when she mentioned the fact that she's a makeup artist. I didn't even clock the fact that she's a makeup artist. Girl, let's address the lipstick again, because you're a makeup artist and your lipstick just be transferring like this? No, we need to address that. What's going on? What? Tell me what brand you use for your clients so I don't use it. Sorry, come on, sis. Anyways, her makeup does always look good though, so I'll give her that. This, for me, solidified the impression that I had when he said he didn't want a stay-at-home wife and that he probably expects her to get back to work pretty soon. He values work a lot. He values hard work. He values ambition. And unfortunately, because she does something that he doesn't see as an ambitious career choice, he did judge her. And he said in another situation, he would have counted her out. This also, to me, kind of reinforces the thought that I had that he was more excited by Maria's... He was more excited by Maria. Let me just end the sentence there. And that Tash made more sense. Tash was more, in line with the person who he would want to be with. But there was an intrigue with Maria. Was it compatibility? Doesn't sound like it. Definitely not now. The way you guys want to live your married life doesn't make sense. There potentially could be some culture clashes there. When it comes to occupation and ambition, you guys don't see eye to eye. It was just that sexual attraction, that excitement he had when he thought about Maria. The man even detailed his freaking dirty dream. Okay? His wet dream. He talked about it with her in the pods. Yeah, I don't know, Tommy boy. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. We'll see if they're able to work through it, and potentially there are other issues there. I want them to go back to the stay-at-home conversation. Like, did he actually mean get your ass up and work on his Kim K, on his Kim K time? Or did he mean I want to be at home too? Based on this conversation, it's not sounding like he also wants to be at home. It's sounding like he wants her to get up and work. Anyways, 2 more episodes. We'll see what goes on. Do not spoil. But in the meantime, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.